We've got seeds number 1, green peppers. Could be better. Number 2, jalapenos. Thought it was growing, it's not growing. Number 3, got some habaneros. Little bit of a sprout that's popping out. And number 4, habaneros is trucking along. What's up, everybody? We alive. Another day above Soul. If this is your first time watching, or maybe your third, fourth, or fifth time watching and you still haven't, hit that subscribe button right down below. I'm also going to include my Etsy and Instagram right in the description. So I'm just going to jump right into it. I'm going to deprive y'all of color in a few seconds, starting now. Consider it a blessing to have perfect color vision, because there's a lot of individuals in the world who don't have it, and it's quite sad. It is sad. I've run into a lot of people who are colorblind. They can see some colors all right, but there's some colors that are just off. Honestly, the better we treat the world, the more colorful it's going to be. Just imagine it. You'd see a whole bunch of flowers in bloom. You would see clear blue water with pink and yellow fish jumping out. It would just be magnificent. I can safely say that our world is very intertwined with color. Imagine traffic lights if they were just blah. There's no red, yellow, or green light. Imagine trying to charge up an iPhone and it doesn't show up as green for charging. Or maybe it's a low battery if the battery's red. Money. If you have an ample amount of money, you best believe you got a lot of green. But if you're running low on funds and you break out into a panic, then you're in the red. As somebody who works with art, it's pretty important for me to distinguish colors well. Give y'all an understanding of what I know about color theory. You've got warm colors, you got cool colors, and then you got ground or neutral colors. This is an example of warm colors. You got your reds, orange, then you got yellow. When you think of these warm colors, you may think of fire, or maybe an evening sunset, a red hot rod. Maybe it might be cherry. Cool colors. You've got shades of green, blue, and in some cases purple. If you get into the pink or the fuchsia, the magenta, then you're going to rub against some of the warm colors like the red. It all depends on how it's used. And then you also have neutral colors. Neutral colors are like your brown, your gray and white, black, or black. It is a neutral color because it tends to tone down things that are abundant. Like if you just have a whole bunch of red, if you have a whole bunch of yellow, or maybe you have a lot of green, you may need a little black or white to help calm things down, make things neutral or grounded. Some colors complement each other very, very well. Let's take Superman, for example. You have red, yellow, and blue. A very classic example. Let's see. We've got red, yellow, and blue. Two warm colors plus a cool color. It goes very well with each other. Then you've got orange and green. I may or may not have used this color palette and thrown in some neutral colors. This may look familiar to you. You may see pieces of art with just cool colors, like this. This would look pretty nice. You know, you would have purple in the night sky and then you'll have an ocean. Or sometimes it's all hot colors. Maybe it's a fireplace. So you would have all of these colors. Some colors go very well with each other. Like, for example, let's put yellow and green together. These go pretty well with each other. It's almost like looking at a sunflower field or corn. In some instances, you may put some brown with blue. You know, you got the ground here and then you got the sky. Those go very well with each other. But there's actually one particular shade of color that does not go well with anything. And believe me, I've tried to pair it up with many different colors. I've tried it with black. I've tried it with white. I've tried it with yellow. I've tried it with red. I tried it. I'm sorry, but this next part is not going to be very favorable. So you may want to turn away. Pantone is very fascinating, and I go on their website to look at the colors that they have and pair things up before I put out a piece of artwork. Pantone is a wonderful, wonderful piece of work. If anything, I want to reach out to them, do a little bit of a collaboration. They're not sponsoring me anyway in this video, but I want to give a shout out to Pantone because they're doing their thing. But I do want to talk about one color that they have in particular. Pantone 448C. Okay, I 110% understand if y'all don't want to watch this color or see this color any further, because it's not the best color in the world. It's kind of ugly. It looks not alive at all. And I've shown many people Pantone 448C, and they try to envision it in their mind. They see it in a house and it doesn't work. They put 3 black stripes through it, it doesn't work. They put it with pink, it doesn't work. The only color Pantone 448C goes well with is itself. And yeah, it's not the best of color. I probably won't use that color anytime soon. All props to Pantone. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful company. But I'm sorry, that color is not okay. I'm sorry. So some of y'all might wonder, well, Drew, when is the right time to use these colors? When is the right place? Am I using these colors the right way? Am I using the right amount? My answer to that is yes and no. I'm gonna give y'all an example. So I usually go back to the 410 about 2 times a year to visit the family I grew up with. And a lot of times I tend to ask for recipes. And they say, put a little bit of this, a little bit of that, some of this, a fair amount of this ingredient, a fair amount of that ingredient. And then I just need to stop them and then say, so what is a fair amount? Describe to me what a little bit is. How do you measure it? That's food. Yes, that's food. But I'm talking a little bit about art. But then my parents go, well, you gotta feel it. It's within you. You gotta taste certain things. If it needs more salt, you add more salt. If it needs more vinegar, you need to add more vinegar. If it needs more soy sauce, you need to add more soy sauce. But then I tell them, well, you can't take it out. You may eat pancakes, bacon, and eggs during the morning. Some people eat spaghetti and a salad for dinner. or some people might eat it for lunch. Most people eat sandwiches during lunch. Certain foods may elicit certain behaviors. If you get something like a Bang energy drink or coffee, you drink it during the morning, you're going to be energized theoretically. But then there's some people out there who might drink 2 to 3 cans of Bang, or they might drink 3 cups of coffee. They're not energized. Or some people might want to drink some tea to relax. It's just like the use of colors. So envision yourself in a room that has a lot of cool colors. Maybe there's vapor blue walls, and then you have ice blue carpet. So in some situations, you may have a person who wants to put paintings of red or orange on a wall because that gives it a lot of contrast. And then you have colors like green. What if there's a lot of green within a room? You might put a little bit of purple and orange to help balance things out. I tend to go with the flow with my artwork. If I feel like using my reds, then I'm gonna put some red in the sky, or I might put some red at the ground level. If I feel like using my blues, then I'm gonna use the blues. I go with the flow. It's just like water. It's like waves coming onto the current of rocks. There's no telling. It's just, to me, it's a feeling. If I use too much blue, I just put a little bit of an extra color to help balance it out. If I put too little red, I just add more red. With paint, with my artwork, or with something else, I go with it. Once again, Price Chopper's doing it right. They come out with the best color combinations with newspapers. I'm telling you, look at these colors. Look at them. Fresh colors, fresh paper from Price Chopper. Can't be beat. Sometimes I just use the newspaper as itself. I don't paint them with acrylic because there's already enough colors. Here's my point to all this. If you have perfect color vision and you are able to see all the colors I was showing y'all today perfectly, consider yourself very, very, very blessed. Because there are some people out there who can't see them. Some people can't see color at all. Some people's color vision is completely off. And I know a lot of people who are like that. Before we part ways and leave, I have a relatively important question to ask of you. If you went to sleep tonight and you didn't wake up the next day, would you truly be satisfied with the life that you've lived? If your answer is no, then it's most definitely time to do some soul searching and think of some of the things that need to change within your life. I say this because there's a lot of things within our society that discriminate. Death, however, does not discriminate. Thank you all for watching my video. If this is your first time, feel free to subscribe. Hit that button right down below. Feel free to check out my Etsy and Instagram that's in the link within the description. I leave you all with much love, good spirits, and vibes. Until next time, I'll see y'all later.